All right, so there's Star Wars Land as of this Saturday morning. We'll start with what I got a lot of grief this last week, Ian, for calling that wall a fort or a Lego wall, like you called it.
Whoops.
Guys, we know it's not a Lego wall or a fort. I get it.
Yeah. Guys, we're up here. We're just throwing science at the wall to see what sticks.
It's a joke. It looked like a fort, but I didn't know what it was.
That is true.
But I just know it wasn't a fort.
Yeah.
So, focus. Yeah, there's you can see the rebar all over it now.
Which suggests there'll be another wall in front of it so they can pour cement in there.
Now my guess is, Ian, is that that's a sound barrier. It's a concrete wall that they might adorn later
of course.
with something. But the ultimate purpose is because you're just feet. You are literal feet from Fantasyland right there.
Oh yeah.
Like 20?
A literal
30?
stone's throw.
A literal stone's throw, yes. Oh. And they're building another one right over here. There it is, at Big Thunder. That's right on the trail or thereabouts.
The trail would be like between Thunder and that.
Right. It's right in between the two. So again, that's probably a good spot for a sound wall, I think, because that's one of those areas I think where you're going to have little, the train, etc. There's not a lot going on there.
I still think the train might be following along that same path.
You think so?
Because I'm not sure where else it can go.
All right. Well, so that's that, guys. It's structures for pouring concrete, rebar, etc. Not a fort. Probably some kind of sound barrier. Now, new business, Ian.
Yes. That thing.
What is that thing? Isn't that kind of an odd place to just, hey, let's build this thing right here?
Yeah, I haven't the slightest.
What in the world are they doing there? It just, of all the things to build, they're going to put that, I mean, what? It's a box.
I would have thought that the river would be going right through that spot.
I'm so confused by this structure. Unless it's temporary.
It could be. I mean,
that looks really permanent for a temporary structure, though.
It does, except for those weird diagonal supports on the side.
The support, yeah.
Those are what make it seem temporary.
That means, let's just keep this thing up for a little while, and then we'll take it down. You're right. So the supports, that's why I was thinking maybe it is temporary.
It could be, weather protection or something.
Yeah.
Or just more cement stuff. I haven't decided.
I don't know. Speaking of which, remember that gray box with the blue things?
Yep, there's
another one. You can't really see it from here, but when we go down to the bottom, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
There's at least one more, maybe another. You know what? Let's go downstairs. Right there. Did I get it? Did I get it? Where? Yeah, is that it? There it is. Yeah, there's another one of those things. If there's two there.
Remember we mentioned the gray power station box?
It's a power station.
There's a new one further back.
They're gonna feed all the juice for the land into the. Oh, actually, I take it back. Those are gonna give power to the land. If they're putting two right there, does that mean there's gonna be many more, like all over?
Possibly. I mean, they'll all be hidden in the end.
No, I want some obvious. I want to walk by one and.
I want to know power surging out of this box.
That's right. I want everything to be transparent. We live in a world of transparency today. You remember how we were? Well, Sarah, we had Christian here a couple weeks ago, and he was telling us about the flags and how they indicate a change in elevation for the tractors. Notice how those flags are gone, more or less. Or no, actually all less. Or all more?
They've more or less established where the trucks can.
Where did all that go? The ground is now pretty much leveled.
Yeah.
They're done doing whatever it is that they were doing. That ground has been leveled. Now, is that, we were looking at is that trench that is that still there, what I'm seeing? Where the orange thing is?
Next to the orange crane digger
thing,
you can see some cement that kind of follows a path. That's where those orange, so that's where like the wooden
right, so they poured the cement.
Yeah, and it kind of, there's some back by that other wall, so it's back, it curves down here. And I think, we can't quite see it from here, there's a few more boxes for that just behind the green fence.
Okay, now that means that they've buried the pipe, I guess, right? That they were planning to put in there, that's what we were hearing? Because that was for...
There's that cement
conduit?
on top of it. I think that could have been part of it.
Yeah. It's just fascinating, all this infrastructure that's getting put in place. I want to try to identify some of the stuff that's happening here also. Like, I want to know what this is right here. It's stacked. Are those cinder? It almost looks like cinder blocks.
No, they look like there's like hollow sections and stuff.
That's what I was thinking, cinder block, but that's too big for that, right? What is that for? It looks like honeycomb, but for construction. So identifying stuff. Okay, one more thing. There's a batch of stuff over here by this white truck. Oh, those are, oh.
Pardon?
Those are I-beams.
Ooh.
You know what I-beams mean?
Actual construction.
Actual construction, yes. Those are I-beams. Guys, we're going vertical. Okay, so there's this, that's the trail right there. So if they're putting a wall right there, then the train has to go to the left of that, right?
Yeah, oh, it has to. So my guess is the train's going to go through a tunnel in this section.
You think?
In which case, maybe we'll get some cool stuff to look at inside a tunnel, because
yeah,
I mean,
that would be pretty neat. And then you can see a little further is that main wall we've been seeing them build the last 2 weeks. Wow, I just cannot. What are they going to put there? I mean, what are they going to dress that big wall as? And what are they going to dress this little wall as while you're at it? If it's right here on the trail, if it's right there on the trail, what do we see on this side?
rock work and maybe dirt covering it like a hill.
But
like it was before. Like before, there was more just a dirt hill. It may look more or less like that to us on this side.
Yeah, but that dirt hill was dirt. It wasn't it wasn't a prefab wall.
But now there'll be something underneath it, behind it.
I'm fascinated because that looks like a regular straight up wall. Like, are they gonna? I mean, what?
Wall, hill.
You think?
Train goes.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Like on one side,
path, hill, wall.
It'll be straight on the left side.
Yeah.
And then on our side, on the Frontierland side,
we'll see the dirt in this.
We'll see, fabricated walkwork or something.
Yeah. Though the other side again, I think could be a tunnel because I can't imagine they'll. Remember, the train's faced this way towards inside.
I have no idea where the train is going to be. I mean, like somebody was saying, you could actually see the tracks that they're sort of putting down. You could see some of the track.
Where?
I don't know. I don't see them putting down any track anywhere, but.
The only place you would even be able to see some new track would be, I guess, back by the Fantasyland Theater, and that would be.
Yeah, I think that's where they were pointing.
That's the only place you could.
But I'm curious to know, what is the path through Frontierland? What's the train path through Frontierland going to look like? How close is it going to come to this trail? Because that's supposed to be an entrance, right?
Yeah.
So if we're walking through there.
To curve again, it's quite the curve.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it makes something of a fairly sharp curve over, like, by the roundhouse where it actually comes into the park.
Yeah.
So I guess as long as it's not a sharper turn than that, they're good.
Yeah, meanwhile, you got to get a drifting Mark Twain to get around the river, too.
People think we're joking about that, but, like, have you seen that curve?
Yeah, that's,
like,
no.
It's going to have to drift.
You gotta, yeah, that's
like,
a hair.
Like, only 75% joking about that one.
Right.
25% we actually kind of believe it.
We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Star Wars Land updates from the Knothole Gang, or maybe our Secrets in History videos. Or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. And don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked by joining our Patreon campaign or by buying a Fresh Baked t-shirt. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!